Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. We had some technical issues setting up the new game room tonight, and so we were not able to play like we usually did, or like we were planning to. We had some issues not only with that, but our Wi Fi was having problems getting set up. So that game was canceled. But in the meantime, something that we have wanted to address for a while was Roxy's personal interest in the werewolf captive Sar-Heima, um, or Sar-Heima. Actually, I mispronounced that. There's an L that doesn't belong because I'm not wearing my glasses. I'll fix the edit later. And it's the I might be able to edit that now. Actually, give me 1 second. Yes, there we are. Yeah. Okay, come on. Let's see if I can't edit this. Do do do. Yes, that L does not belong. There we go. Thief. Okay, done. All right. So, roll 20. Log in. There we go. All right. So we are just waiting for Ashley and Roxy to show up because it looks like Ashley may be playing with us as well. But until they show up in Discord, we will just be waiting and waiting and waiting. Yeah, lots of waiting. So, I need to get this map updated so we can zoom into different city or countries a little bit better. Ah. There she is. Hello. Just got to make sure Ashley's going to arrive. She's not reading her texts at the moment, so she may be late. But other than that, we are live. In the meantime, while we wait a couple minutes to see, she read it. Oh, Carl's here too. Maybe Carl will join you in your adventures. Um, yeah. Okay, there's Ashley. All right. So, just one update before we go ahead and get started. Ashley, I am currently personally working on your character art, but unfortunately, drawing an amorphous blob is kind of hard to do. Did you hear me? Couldn't you hear me? Um, yeah, you're a slime. I'm sorry. No, nah, no, Roxy. Yeah, I'm planning on transforming your goblin character into a blob. Haha. Okay. No, Roxy, I'm trying to draw Roxy, but I have sat down 3 attempts now and completely erased all of my work because I am having a hard time drawing a translucent character with cat ears. It's so hard. All right, I just might have to spend the money and have what's her name do your character as well too. We got Sam in the work right now, and either you or Ashley will be next after that. So, anyway, if you guys want to use Roll20, you can bring it up if you want. But this is going to be one of those situations. Just get rid of this because we don't need that anymore. This is going to be one of those games where most of this is going to be shot from the hip because I wasn't planning it. Let's see here. Just go ahead and drag Roxy over here. And Oliver. Carl, you said you were not going to be playing with us? Okay, that's cool. We're live streaming too if you want to just jump in from that point. Other than that, yeah, we're good to go. Ashley and Fedoma. Let's see if we're at Shakar. Yeah, Roxy and Fedoma. I'm sorry. It's been a very exhausting weekend. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So during these events, we will have Buddy, and we will have Roxy, and Fedoma. So I don't get my names confused. I had to think about it quick. All of these folks will be at Mirthanel's old residence, and the 3 of you have separated from the group. All right. So during the 3 days of mourning that Myrnith goes through, mourning her brother Mirthanel, starting a few hours after the events of the experience that Vedoma and Panzer had in the planes of the in-between planes of existence between life and death. You find yourselves in a situation where you are just literally sitting around the house, minding your own business. And from that point, I will leave it up to Roxy to decide what you want to do from this point. The only other player, if you want to draw her in or just let her sit in the background and feel left out, is Ashley. So, pardon me, I had to drink some water. But the game is yours. What do you wish to do? Okay. There are a few people that come by watching. Let's go up here. I want to say, not Terry the Tinker. Let's see here. We will use this location. I will put a marker on it on the map. Let's see here. We'll do a red marker so it stands out. And this, no, undo. Select and move. Just turn this. And we need text. If I could spell, that's better. Okay. All right, there we go. You find yourself at the North Slave Market with Buddy on a regular basis. Vadoma, while everyone else, Sam and Tanya, Oliver, and Panzer each find themselves either speaking to the butler, working on crafting various items in Marthanel's office or their dining room with massive chemistry sets and weird smells coming out of vials. Panzer, awkwardly making himself and his presence known, trying to be comforting, but more or less succeeding. You find yourself alone and noticing that Buddy and Roxy are nowhere to be found. Yes. I suppose actually roll Roxy if you really want to sneak out. Roll a stealth check for me if you could please. Otherwise, if you can't access it, I can roll it for you. I have your character sheet up. If you really want to sneak out, you can. Otherwise, I will have Vadoma roll an observance off or against your stealth. Hey there, Roxy. Did we lose her? just this is I need one of those buttons that play the Jeopardy theme in the background. There we go. Okay, so Roxy's back. So did you want to sneak out, or did you just want to quote unquote sneak out? Okay. I believe that is a stealth check. So that is a 16 on Roxy's stealth check. Vadoma, could you, with your, amazing hearing capabilities, roll an observance check to see if you can hear the amorphous blobs sneaking out through various window cracks or doors? I'm sorry, Ashley. You're stupid. Okay, I'm sorry. She rolled a wonderful 21. That's a great way to start the evening, Ashley. Okay. All right. So you do notice that uh, through one of the various windows, you hear the strange, oozing, slimy sucking sound as two blobs sneak out through a crack in the windows and find themselves blobbing down the street. Okay, followed by the blobbing of one other slime. Okay, so you end up tailing them to the northern slave market in Shirkar. About a half hour to 45-minute walk across town through various streets and busy carts and whatnot. But once again, Roxy, you find yourself in the North Slave Market, and I will bring up the character information so I get the name pronunciation correct. All right. It's you have not gone onto the cage with her yet. It is up to you whether or not you want to get that close. Did you? I thought you were in the jail cell with her. I didn't know that you'd gone to the slave market cage, but maybe I missed something. Oh, okay. Okay, just my forgetfulness. But she's there. She's locked up in a metal cage. Um, it's not all that. It's not hard to for a cat and a blob to get inside. Um, if you want to sneak in, you can. It's up to you. Okay. Vadoma, how close do you get? Okay. Okay. Um, Roxy, as you sneak in, Buddy, of course, kind of bounce blobs his way in behind you, and the three of you are just sitting there. Let's see here. I'm gonna need a random roll. Doo-doo-doo. Let's just do a percentile. And I need to get back to my chat. 88. Okay, yeah, she's awake. She's alert. And Sar-Heima is sitting there, quiet, staring off into space. She does notice you get into the cage, but she doesn't start a conversation. Okay. Let's see here. I need one of those. Let's see here. Let's see here. I'll just roll a d20. Okay. Well, while you're sitting there, Vadoma, you're perusing around, just keeping distance per se. Um, there is a family that comes through. They seem somewhat wealthy. They do take notice. They do happen to have some children with them. Um, just a young boy, probably 6 or 7, and a baby girl, and a father, a mother, and a couple servants. And they take a moment to look at the plaque on the outside of the cage, and they notice you and Buddy in there with Sar, and they go away. In about 20 minutes, they come back with a government official who oversees the slave market, and they point you out, and they appear to be asking if they can buy you and Buddy separately from Sar-Heima. the boy seems to want, seems to like the pretty kitty. You're the one that crawled. You're the one that crawled into a cage with a slave for sale. Roll a charisma check for me, please. Oh no. Okay, okay. Let's see here. 6. Okay. She does seem stunned for a moment, shocked, but she doesn't cry out. She's like, "Oh, pardon me. Can I help you?" Okay. Do you have your blindfold off currently? Okay. Let me see here. Okay. She doesn't seem to notice the mark. Um, Continue. Roll a charisma check for deception, please. Okay. There is a moment of quiet disturb, and she does lean over to her husband. She's like, maybe we should pick a different place to buy a cat. And they eventually continue walking on. Just somewhat disturbed to have run into some strange folks at the slave market. And let's see here. And in the meantime, Buddy seems to be sucking on one of Sar-Heima's feet, eating all of the grime off of her, kind of like a kid sucks a thumb. You gotta remember that slimes on average are bottom feeders. Yeah, he's not exactly the most cleanly character in the group. And Sar doesn't seem to mind at the moment. It's just it's yeah, it's a strange version of bath time. So, that being said, let's see here. Um, the wealthy gnome does appear to come by again, and he steps up to the cage, and one of two very beefy, gruff-looking giant like men are like bodyguards walking beside him. If you ever imagine Goliaths, yeah, they stand about 12, 13 feet tall, probably about a 3.5 foot shoulder span, rippling muscles, you know, very little clothing, just loincloths and leather straps, basically. They look like oversized gladiators. And the gnome and his lady, you know, uh, hanging on his arm, both of them, they both walk up, and he approaches the cage. So, my dear, would you care to talk to me today? And he just has this smile, like he's very interested in seeing what he can get out of her. And Sar-Heima remains silent. He walked up to the cage, and in a very buttery, almost devious voice, he says if he asks Sar-Heima if she would care to talk to him today. A random dog runs down the street barking, chasing after a rat in the background. Didn't know your dog was going to be a member of the game tonight, did you, Ashley? It's fine. It's okay. I just, I have to make good opportunity use of what I run into. Oh, I guess roll a charisma check. I wonder if this dog notices you. Oh, wait a minute. I need to roll it for you. Sorry, I forgot. Oh, no. I will leave the dog out of it currently. There is a moment when he looks and stops and sees Roxy, but with the hiss and the spiked hair on the back, he's like, and he runs off. He doesn't want to mess with you. So, Sar-Heima ends up be quiet and just looking away. She's not interested in talking to this pompous, almost gnome.
Kind of just tap on one of the Goliaths. Excuse me, sir.
I seem
Okay.
to have lost my eyes. Can you help me find them?
Give me a moment. Okay.
Okay.
Oh boy. Roll your charisma check for me, Ashley.
Okay. 17.
Okay.
Or 18, because I still have my bandana off.
Okay. He turns to you, not seeing you as a threat. He actually looks at you as, smaller than most creatures. I need to roll a give me a second. He knows better than to pick you up, but he does hunch down, squats down, and just pokes at you for a second. He's like, "What is this thing?"
I kind of like wave his hand away. I'm here looking for someone. See, I'm a fortune teller, and I had a vision that somebody was going to buy this young lady.
What? While you're saying this, he turns, almost ignoring you. Hungar, it speaks. And Hungar, the other one looks down, and he leans over the other one and starts poking at you too. And they're both poking at this little green thing. They don't know quite what to think of it.
Like, swat your hands away. Excuse me. I'm not a thing. I have a name and a message.
Okay, so the two of them, as you smack the fingers away, they're like, "Oof, sorry. What message?"
Spicy and sexy.
I have a message for the person trying to buy this young lady. Are you that person? Very innocent, like super laying it on thick. Real sweet.
Okay. Roll a charisma check for me.
Another one.
Sorry, it's you're lucky you have a high charisma score.
I'm not. I don't actually. I'm really bad at charisma. 9.
Okay. Let's see.
Can
here.
I help?
I'm gonna
Shit,
say
she said it before I
no.
could say it.
Okay, that's a 2. Considering I can't roll d16s easily. Here, I'm just gonna do this. I need to do /. Let's see here. / roll 1d6. Okay. Oh, okay. Sweet. And now it adds it to my list of rolls. I wish I could save this one. Okay, so now I can just... Yay. Okay, I can just click that in my dice roller. Yay. Okay. So he stops upon you saying that. He's like, "Boss, I think she's got a message for you." And he turns around. "Oh, pardon me. I didn't know. Messengers were looking for me. How can I help you?"
I am an oracle, sir. And I have a message for the person who desires to buy this young lady.
"A message? By all means, please divulge your vision."
I hold out my hand expectantly for his.
Okay, you need to roll a charisma check on that one for sure.
I'm not asking for money this time. Oh.
Okay, 7. Yeah, he does. He almost, like a person who doesn't like to come down to this level of person. He kind of has his hand. He had his hand, one arm, holding his lady's arm, and the other arm, on his stomach. But then he just kind of. You're both eye to eye, but he just kind of shrinks away from wanting to touch you. He just,
Oof.
yeah,
The
yeah.
lady will chew his ass out if he touches you.
After a moment of nothing, I would say, I have to be sure that you're the one who I need to speak to.
I can assure you, madam, that I intend to buy her when the auction comes.
Okay. I would like to use spirit sense to see if I can tell anything from him.
Okay.
See into his future.
Okay.
Or his
sure.
past.
Go ahead.
Okay. Wait, where'd it go? Okay. 8.
Okay. I'm just going to roll d16 against that. Well, the dice are not with you tonight. You're not able to get much off of him from spirit sense, unfortunately. He's very, what's the word for it? Aloof. His aura is aloof.
Okay. Then I will tell him, this creature that you intend to purchase is one of great trouble. The investment that you will be expected to pay at the auction will not gain the returns that you are hoping for.
Damn.
He sits there for a minute quietly, trying to read you. Do you think you could possibly outpurchase me? Are you trying
Me,
to
sir?
drive good competition away from such an opportunity? I think all of us can tell by the plaque that she's going to be quite a bit of trouble. I'm counting on
I
it.
I can assure you, sir, I have no skin in this game. I cannot even see the plaque to which you refer. I only know what my goddess tells me, and she tells me that this purchase would be an unwise one. Dare I say, foolish.
Well, in case you don't recognize me, I don't have any intention of following the advice of any god or one of her messengers. I am from Zacolia, and there we do not follow the whims of mere gods.
Am I familiar with this place, DM?
This place, I will go back to the world map for the sake of this one. And my world map is taking a long time to load for some reason. What the heck? Okay. All right. Try again. Okay, I'm sorry. I misspoke. Zacolia is where the country you're in. Zeketh is the country. And yes, you are familiar with it. You came through it on your way from the Goblin country to here. The kingdom of Zeketh used to be part of the Zacolian theocracy. But about 200-ish years ago, there was a division of the ruling class and the high councils and the existing royal family, and it started a civil war, and it resulted in the country coming to a stalemate and splitting. The kingdom of Zeketh on the right hand side, and the Zacolian theocracy on the left hand side. The Zacolian theocracy lives under the protection of the High Council of Sirkar, which is why that Sirkar is the theocracy's center of trade and the world or the country's capital. The kingdom of Zeketh lives under the royal family, and it is a kingdom that has outlawed religious practice.
Okay. Then when he says that, I tell him, "Oh yes, a Zakethian, you are a wise people indeed. I would encourage you to think very seriously about this purchase. It will bring you much destruction."
Well, I guess we will have to wait and see. For I've been looking forward to a purchase like this for a long time, and I do not plan on passing one up. Good day, young goblin. And he turns and, come, my lady. And he ends up walking away. Brutus, Gorg, please come.
And the cat said, "Fuck you."
And
Um,
as you hiss at them, for the sake of me not remembering the NPC's name, Gork ends up just kicking the cage when you hiss, and just about tips the cage over. He kicks it so hard.
Oh, I feel bad for him because that might piss off the person that wants to buy the girl because she's in it too.
Anywho, he does end up walking away, and you guys find yourself alone again.
are there any like people who work here nearby?
There is the government official passing through ever so often.
Yeah, the one that was just there recently apparently walked away somewhere.
Yep. He does end up doing rounds every once in a while just to make sure people aren't, messing with them or causing much problems. And as he comes back through, he does see that you're closer to the cage. So he comes up and he says, "Pardon me, ma'am, are you interested purchaser or are you lost?"
I'm not lost. Sir, can you tell me the name of the man that was just here?
Let's see if he knows. Let's see here. 10 plus his knowledge stat. Sure. Go ahead and just open up this extra. Let's see here. Characters, quests. I didn't have this one marked out ahead of time. I was going to add it out. But I'll add it now. What the heck? All players. There we go.
My headphones make listening to you guys easier.
Sorry. My clickety keyboard. Okay.
Don't hear it, for the record.
Okay. I will add in a picture later. But this is the Baron Thorndyke, or Thorndyke. The person in question, the government official who runs the slave market, he says, yes, the Baron Thorndyke.
Oh. Is he very terribly wealthy?
Oh, extremely wealthy. He's one of the most wealthy people in both Shrakar and Zeketh, or Zekoli and Zeketh combined. He runs the gladiatorial circus in Zeketh.
I see. Is there a number on this plaque? A price?
Yes. Pardon me. You must be unable to see. And he looks down at it. The price tag is sitting at about 75,000 platinum pieces.
Platinum, lovely. Okay. Thank you, sir. Oh, do you know if this Baron, what did you say his name was?
The Baron Thorndyke.
Thorndyke. Do you know if lives here?
No, he lives in Zeketh, but he oftentimes frequents the Zekolian trade slave markets. We do tend to offer up good prospects for his circus on a regular basis.
A circus sounds fun. Where does his circus hold its shows?
He does travel occasionally, but the most brutal of his shows always occur in his hometown, which, for the sake of me zooming in, Laced, in the capital of Lecid.
Sid.
L-A-C-E-D.
Thank you, sir. Leced.
Laced.
Okay. So then I just kind of sit back down in front of the cage.
Okay. I will have more information on this later on tonight. I'm just typing up a couple last things. I will let both of you carry on as you like, and I will input as needed.
Okay. So when he kind of goes away and I can sense that we are alone, I'd say quietly to Roxy, I'm probably the wealthiest one of the group, but I don't have nearly that much money. It looks like this Baron is going to win her.
Well, I don't want us to have to buy her.
Say it again, Roxy. You're muffled.
I don't want us to have to buy her.
I mean, it's a good thing because it's not really an option at this point.
Well, because
But
if we buy her, we own her, and if we let someone else buy her, then we can kind of murder them.
you know, I was thinking the same thing.
That's honestly why I've been watching.
I hope this Baron guy wins. Because I'll bet his circus has a lot of other people like her that don't like to be trapped and forced to fight. What do you think, Star? What?
I glanced sadly at her and then back at you.
What do you think, Sar? Do you think you'll be able to hold your own until we can get there?
It's a long trip.
Well, I plan on trying to stay with you. If you can manage to make it to where we stay together, then I'll be able to at least be in her inside eyes.
Well, it's a long
When
trip,
is-
but I don't recommend pitting yourself against him unless you have enough people. He's known for having very strongly secure caravans.
We have a giant lizard and a robot person. Full confidence. Like, that is all I need. We have a Hulk. That energy right there.
She kind of smirks. Well, don't get yourself killed over my sake.
Oh, being killed's not any big deal.
See if I can't find a decent picture.
Excuse me.
When would the auction take place?
The auction is actually going to be taking place tomorrow, if I remember correctly.
Oof. Okay.
Roxy knows this, correct?
Yes.
Roxy, what do you plan to do?
Wait and watch.
With the funeral, I don't think I'll be able to pull Panzer or Sam away. I don't know about Oliver, but the two of them seem set on staying with the family.
Sounds like someone finally got a sewing machine.
Yes, and I fucking love the hell out of it.
They're worth it.
Fuck yeah, I went and actually splurged on this one.
What brand did you get?
It's a brother. I wanted a Singer, but
Yeah, I ended up getting a Singer.
this one's actually pretty fucking badass.
Yeah.
Brothers are pretty solid little machines. I prefer Bernina personally. All the Singers I've ever had have crapped out on me.
Yeah, Bernina are the best. There's not a sewing machine in the world that's much better than a Bernina.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is just what Walmart had, and I just had to deal with that. So I was
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
$200 machine. I don't care.
Yeah. Brothers are pretty good.
Okay.
This one's got like embroidery options and shit. Well, not quite embroidery,
That's
but
cool.
it's got
The different stitch patterns and stuff.
shit ton of different stitch patterns. Yeah.
Yeah, my Bernina has that, but then I have a Viking that's just like, I mean, this thing's like 100 years old, but it works amazingly on like jeans and canvas, but it has no bells or whistles. That's my favorite little machine, though.
Okay. So
The machine's really cool, and it's purple.
I do have
Ooh.
White, gray, and purple.
let's see here. Move it down here to quests if I can. Okay. So in quests, if you find the Baron Thorndike, there is a picture there and a brief little expose on who and what he is. If you guys
So
want
he's
that.
kind of like one of those ones from. God damn it! What's that movie where they got upset about the black person sitting on a horse?
I don't think I saw that one.
Bunch of slaves and stuff, and this one they basically buy slaves to fight, beat them. I can't remember the name of it.
He
It's
kind
not
of looks like that
Jimbo.
guy. He kind of looks like that guy from Aladdin.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you watching Django Unchained? Are you talking about Django Unchained?
Django.
Yeah, that is a good
Yeah.
movie. Maybe not so brutal as he is, but yeah, he does purchase slaves. Think a combination between him and the guy that bought Maximus, and trained him as a bought him as a gladiator in the movie Gladiator. If you ever saw that movie.
Okay.
So
Okay.
think of him as a little bit more of a noble like that, but still kind of
He's not
still
too
haughty.
much of an asshole, but he has his kink.
Yeah, he's not too much of a jerk, but he definitely does make a living showing off, blood sport.
He should. If he has a dog, he should totally make the cat and dog fight.
Yeah,
And
pretty
then the
much.
cat turns into a werewolf and eats the dog and then eats him.
Yes, I turned into a werewolf. The guy's like, "Oh shit! What the fuck is this thing that I bought?" Start singing a rock song. Die, motherfucker! Die, motherfucker! Die! Damn dogs in shreds now.
Okay, so all right, so just as a quick general read, since both of you probably have your hands full, the Baron Thorndike, the gladiatorial circus in Zeketh, is held in Lesed. It is a brutal show of brutality and death, drawing people and money from far and wide. He travels the world purchasing the most dangerous creatures and people, putting them against each other in combat to the death.
Damn. I
Would
wonder why he wants her.
Vidoma have heard about his circus before?
Pretty much
I feel like it would have been known.
everybody who lives in society would have at least heard of the circus of
Okay.
Lesed. It is kind of, imagine the Roman circus,
Rich folk.
the Circus Maximus. He does have a gladiatorial arena, like unto the circus or the arena of Rome. So
Okay.
he owns that. So this guy definitely does have the cash.
Okay.
Oh shit, he's gonna be hard to kill. I knew telling Joe my plan was gonna make it into a kink.
So, um, so you do know, you have at least heard that he does run a circus, and that it does one of its primary show pieces is blood sport. But yeah, that's the only thing you know personally. Unless for
Okay.
some reason priests like to gamble on um,
Listen, we've been throwing this priest thing around like it means something. I mean, I don't know that Vidoma personally would ever have gone, but I can imagine probably some of her friends from the city would have been there, right?
Possibly.
Maybe?
Possibly.
Maybe her mentor?
It's a place of gambling, so I would say yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a place where he might have gone at one point. Just to get more
Maybe
cash.
her dick of a boyfriend's there. Totally needs a knife shoved up his dick.
That's a pleasant thought. Thank you. Thank you in a game of 2 girls and 1 guy. Oh.
At least it's not 2 girls in a cup.
Oh, don't no. I'm gonna have to go back and cut that reference out. No, I was like, I can't remember how old I was when the guys I worked with pranked me with that. I had no idea what they were showing me, and by the time they showed me, it was too late.
Fuck it means.
Oh, so you haven't even seen it. Okay, Ashley, or I'm sorry, Hannah. Do not bring that up again. That anyone who has seen it, it is traumatizing. Okay, it makes you feel sick inside. It's not something to lightly be joked about.
Okay.
Oh.
Clearly, there's some repressed trauma there.
Yeah, I was working in a butcher shop when they did that to me.
Oh no!
Around smoked meats and cutting up sausages.
Oh,
And
gross.
no, it was not a good place to do that.
Yummy.
Carl,
I don't get
mute
it.
yourself.
I still don't get it, but I'm laughing anyway.
Okay. Anyway, moving on.
Why you don't want to talk about 2 girls in a cup?
Okay, Carl, I am manually muting you from this end.
Oh.
Oh man.
And
All
he's
I
muted.
heard was that apparently it was 2 girls pooping in a
No!
cup and eating it.
Shut up. No.
Is that true?
Yes.
Oh!
Oh, wait.
I thought they were. I
No.
thought they said it was pudding.
No, it's not.
Nope.
Okay,
Why-
let's go. Let's go
why-
the game. Let's
wh-
play the game. Oh God.
I'm gonna have to go back and edit that out. Thank you so much for adding more work to my life. That's
You're welcome.
What we're here for.
Okay, moving on.
So, moving on.
Yeah. So no one else really pays attention to the cage for the rest of the day. The auction is coming up tomorrow.
And this is it the day of the funeral or like the day before?
It is the day
or-
before the funeral.
Okay. So we're definitely not getting any of the big guns. Well, maybe Oliver.
Ollie boy.
I will say this out of game. I don't usually metagame like this, but there is no way in this living planet or in the next that you and Oliver and Roxy and Buddy would possibly be able to break her out of the caravan.
Oh, I was just thinking of, driving up the price to really make him miserable.
There are certain securities placed on the auction ahead of time that you probably wouldn't be able to do that. You have to have your money deposited ahead of time to enter the auction.
Rude.
Yeah.
How did they know it's not tied up in other assets? I
Well,
could have lands.
well, that's the thing. You would have to present bills to show that you had enough wealth and what you could bid.
Ugh.
You got to remember, the Zirconian theocracy, even though it is a religious country, it is highly, highly advanced in its financial protection and businesses.
Rude.
Most of their laws revolve around finance and trade.
So there's no way I can advance in Rocky's story. Is that what you're saying?
There's no way that you'll be able to break her out of the caravan, unfortunately.
And that just made me so depressed that apparently my thread decided to fuck you.
Oh no.
Yeah, I hate it when my thread does that.
Okay, so do I know how far away the circus is from where we are?
The circus is in Licid, which if you traveled upriver, let's see here.
Easy peasy. Threaded back.
If you traveled upriver, I'm already max zoom on this. Yeah, river goes right through Licid. So if you traveled upriver, you would go across the Great Lake, which is the only inland lake big enough to be marked on the map. You guys did travel across that the first time you all came through from Razur, the land of the Goblin Kingdom. And you would be basically traveling back up that route if you went back to the Goblin Kingdom.
It was a beautiful boat ride. Loved the scenery.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All the scenery. It was just great. So unique.
You couldn't see it.
It was great auditory comfort. Lots of birds chirping.
It was the black was just such a different black than the rest of the black. It's just that.
Blind characters has so much dynamic they can bring to the game.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Okay. So towards the end of the day, before we leave, I would like to try to see, like, out of game. I know it's a no, but in game, I would like to see how successful we would be if we tried to break her out. Is that possible? Like, looking into the future?
That's a really tricky thing to look into the future of the potential action taken. Give me an observance check and then a charisma check, if you would, please.
Okay. Observance is a 21. Because I haven't added my little thing, but I do still have my headband off.
Yep, that's fine.
And then...
That only counts towards charisma, though.
Oh, that's right. That is charisma. Okay, sorry.
It's fine.
9 charisma.
Okay. Let's see. Well, let me do this here. I'm gonna just pull this off camera. I need what do I need here? See if I can find an image of a slave market.
Later. Oh, that was loud. Ignore me. I'm sewing giant boopers, and I mean giant boopers that will eat your face.
Talking about the gloves?
The paws, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Let's see here.
It's for 30.
Okay.
It's like a Spice Emma, the black and white character.
All right, I will use this one. It's not a custom map, but we will use this. All right. So if I reduce this page, and then I need to add in a new map. There are a number of guards in the slave market because people are kept here on a regular basis. Let's see here. Settings.
Mm-hmm.
I need that picture up. Sorry, guys, a little bit of maintenance. I wasn't planning on having a potential breakout in the slave market, but hey, I can roll with it. Let's see here. This is a
Even though we all know it ain't gonna work.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. 44, and it's not quite square, so I'm going to say 44 by 30. So... fudge. I used to be able to do this better before. 5 feet, color background. Oh, okay, got it. So width is 44 by 30. Save settings. Go to this page. And then I'm going to close my dice roller, close Roxy's character sheet, and then I need to add in a picture. Give me a second. Choose a file, any file.
But I don't want to.
Okay. Yeah, that's a little small. Let's go ahead and stretch it out.
She said.
Thank you for that, graphic thought.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're very welcome.
All right. So that's not the map layer. Dag nabbit. Okay. Map and background. Okay. Let's do this again. We're going to use Alt so that it doesn't snap to grid. And screw me, I guess. It snapped to grid. All right. And then that. And then we'll go back to objects and tokens and delete that token. Okay, there we go. All right. So I will move all of you to this map. Okay. And I think Carl's been stuck in the corner too long. I'm going to unmute him. Hopefully he behaves himself. Okay, Carl, I have unmuted you from my end. You can unmute yourself and speak if you wish. But behave yourself or I will mute you again. All right, so you are on this map. And we've got Vidoma. Why don't you folks go ahead And let's see here. Move yourself into the map at, let's see here, location. Let's say right here, or right over here. This is the cell in which she is being held. And I need to get a token up for her. Oh, look at all the furry stuff. Jeepers.
Oh,
This is your day, Hannah.
furries. What?
I typed in female werewolf for a token for the girl that's in the cage, and it brought up a whole bunch of furry pictures.
We'll go figure.
Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Wasn't planning on doing this all this. I should have had some of this prepared ahead of time. But did I? No.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Too bad.
I can finally fucking leave.
Congratulations.
I've been here for
Yay,
hours.
Bobo!
Fucking hours. And I just had to pay $74.
Why?
Why?
I'm gonna get reimbursed for it, obviously, but
Why?
it's because for the people who fucking unload the trailer, which is I think is really weird because I don't know, it's fucking weird.
Wow.
Why did you have to pay them?
No fucking clue.
They probably chipped you.
I got a bill through the through Warner. The thing is, they didn't give me a code for the bill, so I can give them. So I was like, you know what? I want to fucking leave. I want to get the fuck out of here. Put on my goddamn card.
Oh, hey.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go with this here. Save image. And save. And then I'm gonna go to my token crafter and craft a token for this one.
Gate pass off. Let's get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna take pictures of whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself again.
Okay. All right. Got that. Let's go over here. And we will add picture, upload, choose a file, any file. And where is she? And now I just downloaded it. Downloads. Desktop. Maybe I stuck it on the desk. There she is. Okay. There she is. Okay. And then Roxy is not currently here, so I will just go ahead and drag them.
Why am I not
in.
there?
Well, you're not in Roll20.
Oh. Nope, not there.
And
Just so. Trying to get 30 done, so I could at least have 30 to suit up as and surprise Zelma.
okay. All right, so there you are. And then let's see here. Why are all the... Okay, there we go. So there is a guard here, and I am just gonna control copy and see if I can't control paste guards.
Long story short, no, we don't break her out. We have to run away.
And let's see here.
She probably goes on murdering a bunch of people in a fight, and eventually dies. End of story. And there's nothing we can do.
Oops.
All right, so there
I
are
sent-
guards. There are definitely guards posted around. But let's see here. As you look around, looking at text message. Oh, okay. Just save that title for later.
It's really well, according to this guy on YouTube, it's really bad.
Okay, that's sad because that's a good author if I remember correctly who that person is. All right. Moving on. Done with the token generator. So back to your rolls before I had to generate all that stuff. There are plenty of guards in the area. You got to imagine that there will be patrols throughout the night. But with your observance check, you're able to pretty much pinpoint most of the guards. And with your
Don't
8
I know
charisma...
the routine at least enough?
Say what?
Do I know a routine they do?
I would say no.
Been there for a while.
You would have to have specifically been paying attention to something like that. And you'd have.
My intentions are to break her out.
I would suppose roll an observance check as well. And while you're I have to hit that button. And answering Ashley your question earlier. With an 8, you might be able to break them out. You're not sure.
Okay.
Let's see here. There we go. Observance check on Roxy. At 8, I'm going to have to say no. You do not know of a routine that they have. Though there is a guard that is regularly stationed at the entrance to this area, and he has been there consistently at his post about 30 feet away, pretty much every time you've come to the area.
Damn, the bitch not go to sleep?
I mean,
Makes
they
sense,
do.
a robot like Sam.
They do rotate the guard, but there has been
I
a
know,
guard
yeah.
there pretty much every time.
Oh, okay.
So,
Not the same little turd.
yeah.
Well,
Anywho,
what do we want to do?
it's up to you, folks.
I was gonna say just wait and see, I guess. But I'm probably just gonna stay and sleep with her tonight.
Do you think they'll kick you out?
I'm a cat. They probably don't think of me.
If they were going to try to kick you out, Roxy, and you had to hide, would you be able to?
Yeah.
Acid work. You know, the eating things.
I eat something and it digests.
Does it
I
work on?
can't quite eat metal.
Oh.
At least that's what I know I've tried.
Yeah, you've tried that before.
I could apparently,
You've tried
if I
that
could
before.
apparently digest a weapon, I think I could digest whatever the fuck she's in.
Let's see here.
I mean, you're the one that said I could eat weapons.
Yeah, technically speaking.
Apparently digest them.
Yeah. Though they do change you a strange red color for a while.
Wow.
It's all the iron oxide.
Ew. That's nasty.
It's just leaving a trail of rust behind when you go.
Gross.
Ew. I'll just do the red cat. I'll chill here while y'all run.
So, is there anything else you
It's
wish
gonna
to
take
do?
me, I assume, forever.
What?
Hey,
Is there-
buddy. Hey, buddy. Try to eat some bars. Eat it, buddy. Eat it!
I mean, are you going to do this in the middle of broad daylight?
No.
Oh,
No,
is
wait,
it
wait,
daylight? I couldn't tell.
Ha!
I mean, yeah. Pardon me. Okay.
I mean,
So
they probably would have kicked her out if it was nighttime.
yeah. Or at least Vidoma.
Well, that's what I meant.
I would say as it does get on towards evening, one of the guards does approach you and informs you that the slave market will be closing down soon. They do not address the cat or the slime that's currently sucking on one of Sal's armpits.
Ew.
I mean, he's eventually gonna get, her clean, but
Boobs and all.
I wasn't gonna go there. I was not going to go there.
You're gonna get eaten
I was not going to go there.
So I am going to, when he comes and tells me that the place is closing, I just be like, oh, okay, and just continue to sit there.
You'll have to leave. We lock up for the night.
Oh, I'll be okay.
Ma'am, not to be rude, but I require that you leave now, or we will remove you by force.
That was a bit rude, that I have a giant lizard that could beat you up.
Oh no. No.
Oh man.
Oh no.
I need you to roll a dexterity check, please.
Okay.
Are you
Dex.
threatening me?
15.
Threatening me?
He tried.
Promise,
He as he goes to grab on the scruff of the back of your shirt, you are able to dodge out of the way. You can choose to run if you wish, but he's going to grab you and kick you out forcibly.
I just kind of like get up and okay, sir. Keep your hands away from me, please. I am a man of the goddess.
A man?
A woman.
Oh.
A woman. A woman.
Oh, no.
Even if when you slip up and say that, he just looks at you like, right, the exit's that way, and points like 30 feet away to the exit.
I kind of point in a different direction. That way, all right, and just start walking.
And he reaches down, turns you around, and points you the right direction as you walk away.
Oh my god.
As you leave the slave market, you can just hear him in the distance. Why did I ever join the knights?
Okay, so I would like to take out my staff off of my back, and as I'm using it, like to see supposedly,
Mm-hmm.
I want to use it to try to like channel some divine magic at him and blind him.
Okay. Yeah. Roll a charisma check, I guess. Let's see. I'll roll a d16 off of this one.
11.
Okay. Usually I require a little bit higher success rate, but you beat mine. So, he does. It's not fully successful in blinding him, but you can tell he's rubbing his eyes and blinking a little bit, and he's like, "What the fudge?" His vision is blurry for a little bit, but that's
Can
about
I
all
make
you're
that
gonna.
a skill?
I would say yeah, blind target, sure.
Nice.
Join me in the dark side. Name
so-
that skill. Welcome to the dark side. Or welcome to the blind side.
So while he's like blinking and stuff,
Mhm.
can I like kind of walk around one of the other cells and get back over to where Roxy is?
Let me see here. I would say if you want to roll a stealth check, you can. But he appears to be going back to his post, even though the gate has been shut.
Okay. So
Which
he's
is
not like leaving.
yeah, he's not leaving. The gate is shut behind him. You could still try to sneak back in. There is a short wall, not a very tall wall, but a short wall, and there are guards in the area keeping watch. If you're on the map, I think you're on the map. Let me double check you guys. Yep,
Yeah.
you're on your map. There is a guard here that you know of, and a guard here that you know of that can see pretty much the entire area and the walls. This guard here guards the main gate, and that's the one you blinded. And you're currently on the other side of the gate over this way. You could try to get back in. It's up to you whether or not you want to try or not.
I'll just try. I mean, what's the harm in trying? The worst they can do is just shut the door in my face, right? So I'll just try.
Sure, roll a stealth check.
Are you in a jail cell?
15.
Yeah,
You're blind.
with his observance check and a d16.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's a that's a 23 if I do my math correctly. 24. So as you turn around and walk back in, he just kind of steps up in front of you and he's like, "Nope," turns you around and pushes you the other direction. Actually, I take that back. I was supposed to roll a d12, not a d16, because he was slightly blinded. So 11 plus
buddy.
7, 18. It still beats your stealth check, unfortunately.
Darn. I'd be like,
Oh,
Jerry,
sorry, little blob.
I would like to speak to your manager.
Yeah, and I would like to go spend the night at the tavern. Sorry, we're both out of luck.
Then
You-
go spend the night at the tavern.
You should totally go spend the night at the tavern. I've heard there's lots of really pretty ladies there,
Right.
You're a good-looking guy. You could catch a pretty lady.
Roll a deception check, please.
Oh, what is that, charisma?
Yeah.
Okay. I lost my charisma. There it is. 12.
I mean, he stands there for a second. He's like, "That's what I've been told," and just kind of, kind of tries to shoo the short little goblin green thing back out of the slave market and close the gate.
Okay. Well, now I can't talk to Roxy. Thanks, Mr. Guard. Outer game.
I mean, she is
Aw.
only like 40 feet away. You could yell at her through the barred gate.
I'm not gonna yell at a cat. It's a bit weird. um,
Might get arrested
You
for
should leave
disturbing
him
the
on a
peace.
wild goose cape. You should put him on a wild goose cape and say, "Hey, I got a pet hamster in there. Will you find it?" And just have Buddy running around.
oh my gosh.
The things that you guys
And
come
every
up
time
with.
and every time they try to grab him, it's like
Oh.
All right, now two things I would meant to mention. If roll a knowledge check for me, would you please, Ashley and Roxy? Actually, I gotta roll Roxy's. Let's see here.
We both got 11.
Okay, and then I'll roll the d16 on my end.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Okay. No. I would.
I'm actually done selling.
I would just want to warn you. The thought does occur to both of you that should you try to break out her, or break her out,
Oh no, we're not
The-
talking about breaking her out at this point.
the guards have seen you loitering around her cell.
Who?
Okay. Okay.
Specifically Vadoma, but still. And
Okay.
you do have a reputation in town as well. So
I do have a reputation. Sir, would you like your fortune to be told?
at this point, he's actually walked away and joined his other guards. I should have notated that on the map. But the gates have been closed. Sorry.
Hmm.
But yeah.
She's a little tiny goblin. Go to the fucking gate.
So
Yeet.
it's up to you what you want to do next. If you want to watch the auction the next day, you can.
When is the auction taking place?
It would be the next day, slightly after noon.
Okay. Roxy, are you going to stay there all night?
Yeah. Make sure nothing happens.
Okay. I'll be back, Mr. Guard, sir. I will return in the morning when this gate is open.
And he just, from a distance, hearing you, he's just like, yeah.
You don't have a good future, but I'm not telling you what it is. Very bad, though.
See if he even cares. He doesn't even care. It's not low enough.
I'm gonna go, "Hey, buddy. Go fuck with his shoes."
Roll a charisma. I have to roll your charisma check. Let's see here. Let's see if Buddy is capable of understanding that.
Oh, damn right, buddy's better. Good, capable.
11.
Here, I'll put it in dumb terms. Go suck on his feet. Does he know that?
he does get the idea, and you can. Oh boy, this could turn out really bad. I'm gonna roll a D.
I'm a cat.
No, but he's not. If he goes and attacks the soldier's feet, they might attack him. This might be Buddy's death.
But he's a slime.
He is a slime, but
Blah, blah.
still. Oh boy, that's a 90%.
I am stuffing the boopers.
All right. Well, he does. You don't follow him per se, and Vidoma, you can hear from the distance. There definitely is some shouting from the guards, and eventually, he comes back. A little worse for the wear.
Who,
To the
buddy?
gate?
No, he comes back to Roxy a little worse for the wear. It looks like he got kicked.
Aw.
Oh, poor buddy. He's a slime. How do you kick a slime?
Pretty easy. It's like splashing in water. Or kicking jello. I'm just seeing his eyes rolling around inside his body as he rolls across the yard.
Aw.
And it didn't make this little noise. Cringe the fucking hell out of the fucking guard.
Okay. Well, is there anything else you guys want to do the rest of the night besides, keeping her company and Vidoma?
Fucking with the guard.
I mean, you could spend the night making the guard's life a living hell, but it's up to you. If you guys want to try to get on the guard's bad side.
No, I'm gonna be a good kitty. Just kind of wonder. I'm gonna jump out. Jump out to where they don't know I came from that. Well, they're gonna know I came from that cage, didn't they?
I don't think anyone's really gonna care about
Cat.
the cat. Some of the guards do pull back to the higher areas. And there is just a patrol guard two guards that just patrol around for a little while.
Well, if one of them's sitting down watching, I'm just gonna kind of creep over to him, act like a little pitiful cat.
Well, let's see here. Charisma check from Roxy.
I hate to interrupt. So
Yeah.
when I leave with an empty trailer, the guards check. They look through the trailer, make sure it's empty, and they close it back.
Mm-hmm.
This motherfucker did not close my goddamn door, and I was just running down the interstate with the door flying ass open.
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, wow.
Dumbasses.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Roxy's
shut up
charisma
now.
check. No, you're good. Charisma. Unfortunately, the guard does not take interest in you as he walked by the cage.
Well, I came out of the cage and I just kind of wander to him.
Well, if you follow him around the rest of the night, you will end up walking the same circles, perusing all of the cells.
Just gonna follow him, just creep him out with the cat. Just going.
Let's see here. Yeah, I don't think he would be creeped out. I mean, the cat's following him all night, and he really doesn't care. He's a good soldier and he's doing his job. With your charisma check, just gonna have to re-roll that.
He's
Event-
super annoying. all
Eventually,
night.
eventually, he throws down one of his, pocket rations at you, trying to get you to shut up and leave him alone.
Definitely not enough to satisfy Roxy.
But I do take a little bit of it, and I just kind of wander off, and then I peep back up in the cage, drop it for her.
Well, that is appreciated by her. She does eat. She hasn't had much to eat this week. So she does appreciate that. Anything else you plan to do the rest of the night?
Nope.
Okay.
I'd say go back to whichever house is the nearest to sleep.
Well, if you go pay to sleep at the tavern, you can. Otherwise, the only house.
You're talking to Vidoma here. She doesn't pay for anything.
Yeah. You wouldn't have a pass really to get out of the city. Well, technically they would let you out, but not let you back in. So you would have access to an empty house back, where the construction work is being worked on. Otherwise, it's questionable distance between here and Mirthanel's house, so you could sleep at either one with about equal effort.
How close is the tavern? Is it closer?
There's a tavern inside town.
But the one that we have our horses at is outside?
That's outside of the main city walls, so that would be another pass, and that's the opposite end of town.
Okay.
Damn, I forgot about horses.
Okay, then I would probably go back to like where Sam and Panzer are.
Okay. You get there, it's probably about 9 in the evening. Oliver's probably asleep at this point, and everyone else is, for the most part, either sitting, reading, mourning, or falling asleep.
Yeah, I would try to kind of like avoid them and like just not talk to them, just go to sleep.
Okay, easy enough.
But the next
Sam, you're working on stuff.
Well, no, because I had said that for those days after being in the like spirit realm place, that Vidoma was just like not talking to anybody, not eating, like just mainly asleep. So as far as the boys know, she's just been on the couch in a little pile of blankets.
That is easy enough to pull off. It's like Baby Yoda in a pile of cloth. It's hard to it's easy to get lost in there.
But the next morning, I would like to slip out quietly before the others wake up and go look for a shop that has magical items.
Not per se magical items, but quality items, I would say. What kind of items are you looking for?
I'm looking to get some information on something I already have.
Okay, so an appraiser. Which item is it?
So I have something that I was told to write down as a fancy question mark spirit sword.
Oh, okay. Yep, I remember that. All right. Let's see. You would need a smith for that. All right, let's see here. Let's go back to the Shrikar map. And of the smiths that you know of, you would probably end up going to Barnes' place. the Dragonborn.
Okay.
So if you're on the map, I think you're up north. Let me see, where are you? There we go. Bring you down here. I think that's Barnes the blacksmith. Yep, that's Blacksmith Barnes. Roxy and Buddy are still up there at the slave markets. Okay. So at Blacksmith Barnes, let me see if I can't just find a nice picture for this. All right. Save that. And new page. Setting. That's fine. Save settings. Go here. Oh, I need to change the settings. I don't want the grid. Grid is off. Save settings. And then go over here. Upload. Choose a file, any file. There we go. Come on, upload. There we go. All right, so map and background. All right, and bring the players here. There we go. So you're at Blacksmith Barnes. There we go. So you walk in. He's hard at work as usual, pounding away with his hammer on his forge. And eventually, he notices you. I need you to roll a constitution check, please. Because this is ferociously loud inside here.
Okay, Constitution.
I'm sorry, vitality.
14.
Okay. It's loud, it's uncomfortably loud, but it's not causing you any problems. Imagine grabbing your ears and folding them down on themselves.
Okay.
So, but he's sitting here, and eventually he notices you, and he's like, "Oh, sorry about that. What can I do for you?"
Something I would like you to take a look at, Mr. Sponsor, sir.
All right then. What is it?
I'd pull the sword off of my back
Okay.
and just kind of plop it down on the whatever's in front of me.
It's a bar stool. You hear him walk around the counter and pick it up off the bar stool because he didn't want to try to reach over the counter to pick it up. And he looks at it. Let's see. Question first from me. Does he have an appraisal stat? Okay, that's pretty high. So, a critical 20. Okay, he knows what this sword is. He knows what this sword is. Well, that's a fine piece of workmanship right there.
I know, it's pretty, isn't it?
It's not so much how pretty it is. This has some crystal modification to it.
Crystal?
Well, it's something that the best blacksmiths use to enhance a sword's abilities and skills beyond just being a cutting tool. Long story short,
Oh, no. Give me the long story.
well,
Please.
depending on the crystal, where it's from, and what other things it's combined with and added to the alloy when crafting the sword, you can add attributes to the weapon. This one in particular is intended to grow stronger as its user improves their skill with it.
I see. So how does that work? Do I just like hit things and then it gets better?
Well, it's temperamental. And I can't quite say how it's done because I honestly couldn't make one of these myself.
Oh.
The process for making one of these is tricky.
I could almost even almost just picking it up and leaving at that point. Almost. Oh, well then you know how.
No, really though, like I'm like reaching for the sword. Okay, then never mind.
I do mean to be more helpful, but honestly, I've only ever heard of a sword that, made like this. I can only make one myself, one kind of sword like this myself, and it's pretty advanced smithery, to be honest. It's a bit beyond my metalwork, but he goes over to the shelf and picks up a sword and try this one, for instance. And he holds out. You can tell he's holding out a scabbard handle towards you.
I take it and, run my hands over it, examining it, feel for the weight, all that.
As you take it,
as if I know what I'm doing.
As you take it in your hand, you hear a familiar voice. Hi, I'm Greg.
Oh, Greg. I remember you. This is weird. I don't like this.
So you get the idea that this is the only sword he's capable of crafting with these kind of enhancements is a sword of training. Basically, that a sword that instructs its user on how to better improve its use.
Oh God.
Very quickly hand it back. I've had too many of those in my lifetime already. Don't like that.
Don't like it when you hear voices in your head. I get a few people like that.
I hear enough voices in my head already. I don't need the weapons talking to. Oh, sorry. I see the future.
Well, puts it back on the shelf. Would you be willing to part with that one?
Hell no.
Might be willing. How much is it worth to you?
Well, I have my contacts. I know I could get quite a good penny for it. Let's go ahead and bring up my dice roller again.
Stuff in the boopers. Stuff in the boopers. Swear to God, these bitches. Sorry.
He's willing to pay. Let's see here. I wish I could keep these rolls private.
You can't?
I don't think I personally can. My advanced. Oh, I can turn on. Okay, yeah, I can. Okay.
Yeah. It's the end.
Yeah, I just have to hit a special button. and I have to have it active in order to not show. I mean, the rest of the stream can see what I'm rolling, but I don't necessarily tell them what it is.
It sucks because if we're watching the stream too.
I'm not too worried about that. Just ask you guys not to metagame.
You mean like you did earlier?
Pretty much. Let's see here. I know of 2 buyers that might be willing to pay a good price for this, but holds it in his hand, thinks about it. I would be willing to pay you 2,650 gold pieces for this.
No.
Pick up the sword and kind of step back. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. You're first on my list.
Well, to each their own. And he's like, goes back to his work.
Bless you.
You do let me know. I do have the buyers, but I couldn't give you much better than that.
No, that's okay. I kind of want to know what it does first. But I like I said, you're first on my list. I'll keep you in mind.
I mean, I told you what it does. It gets better the more that you use it.
Yes, but see, you said it was temperamental, and I don't like temperamental things because I'm temperamental. So I really need to know exactly how it works.
Well,
Yeah.
if you don't like voices in your head, I don't think you'll get along with that one either.
Really? This one talks?
Oh, they all do eventually. Just, you gotta get on their good side first. So I've heard.
All right. Well, do you know anybody who would like know how to what is the word for? I need a foodie.
Oh.
You looking for like a gourmet, like someone who likes to eat?
Someone who knows quality food when they see it.
Roxy.
And has the coin to purchase it.
Roxy.
Can't say that I know anyone like that, unfortunately. Though you might try one of the higher end restaurants. Maybe keep an eye on the people going in and out of them.
I will do that. Thank you. I will keep my eye on them.
All right then.
Bless you.
Goes back to pick up his hammer and stuff.
I just imagine you saying that while actually doing that laugh, and like, I bet you that guy is probably freaking the shit out. Like, oh dear God.
Nope, he's kind of a rude fella. He doesn't really care all that much.
Okay, then I'll go follow my nose to some fancy restaurants.
Okay. Roll an
I'm
observance
gonna
check
confirm
for
they
me.
got a hunger.
Observance. Observance. Where are you? Ah.
Let's see here.
I am finally stopped for the night.
Yay.
Started at 8 o'clock this fucking morning.
I mean, there are a lot of good smells. Most of them draw you to street stalls or people's houses as you get closer and try to discern what they are.
Then I'll start asking around for the fanciest restaurant.
You ask someone random on the street, and let's see here. Okay. Um, one person directs you to. Let's see here. Roll a charisma check for me on this one.
Charisma, 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 charisma.
Yeah, you end up using that a lot.
16.
Okay. You end up, hearing someone walk by with a cane or a walking stick. There's a woman on his arm. They're both just strolling through the city. And you stop them and ask them, and they're like, oh, of course. The Lace Cloth would actually be the best restaurant. In fact, we're going there. Would you care to join us?
Sure, sure. I'd like to talk to somebody who knows their cheeses.
Oh, of course. Let me see. Let's. If you're looking for someone with cheese, perhaps not the Lace Cloth. Let's see here. Where would be? And he starts conversing with his wife, and he eventually they point you towards the Moldy Brick. It's actually a guy who produces cheese
Hmm.
in town.
All right. I will go and speak with him.
Okay. The invitation's always open though if you wish to come and eat with us. You seem like a kind enough small fellow.
What was your name?
Barter.
Barton.
Barter, thank you.
Oh, oh, Barter. I'm so sorry. You know, my hearing and all the blindness, it messes me up. I'm terribly sorry. I will take you up on that one of these days.
Oh, of course. Very well then. Cheerio.
Thank you. Goodbye.
And he walks off with his wife. Um, they end up leaving your available area of hearing within about 35 seconds ish, and you end up making your way across town to the Moldy Brick, which I will get to add another location to the map. And let's see here, to be inner gates of Shrikar, and the let's see here. The industrial shop district. Let's see, put the Moldy Brick right about there. Objects and tokens layer, and add text.
I swear this is my last errand.
I don't think anyone's gonna care. I mean, most of the time,
Jeez, guys, y'all taking forever. I'm gonna play.
You're really distant, Hannah, but yeah, we can barely hear you. Yeah, you're really distant. We can hardly hear you. All right, so you make your way to the Moldy Brick. You're currently at it. I'll add information on that later to the shop list. I'll just actually start making just a list of shops in Shrikar because I'm gonna have to eventually. Inside, I'm gonna need you to roll another. I'm gonna need you to roll a resistance check for this one because this place has a smell.
Resilience?
Yes, resilience.
7.
Okay, it's an overwhelming sensation.
Oof.
I'm gonna say for the next day, your nose is gonna be overloaded. You're not gonna be able to smell a thing.
This is why I don't eat cheese.
So, but you go in. There's by the sounds of it, a pretty hefty person, working with different cheeses. Some of them out on shelves, displays. A couple customers walking in and out. He's got a knife. He's sitting there and he's cutting stuff to order for people. The prices are pretty steep by most of the stuff that people are buying. Sitting in the per pound, probably about a gold or 2 pieces per pound.
I see. I would walk up to the counter and just patiently wait my turn.
You eventually make it up to the counter. It takes you about 5 to 10 minutes, but eventually he kind of sounds pudgy. But he leans over. All right then. And what'll you have, young lady?
Would actually like to show you something. I'm sure this is not normal, but everyone said you're the best to go to.
All right then.
And then I would set my big wheel of cheese on his counter.
Okay. Let's see if he knows what this cheese is. He does know what that cheese is. And let's see here, just on my own personal note. Okay. He looks down at that and he's like, I see. Well, I take it you're intending to trade, maybe?
For gold?
Well, I get where you're coming from. Honestly, I do, but I'm not in the habit of buying my competitor's product.
Your competitor?
Yeah. Well, see, this isn't where we manufacture most of our cheeses. That's done out of city. But there is another, and I have to pull up the other map. Just a second. I have to jump off page here quick. Oh, wait a minute. You guys are still in Barnes. Oh, pardon me. I'll put you back on the Shirkar map so you can see where you are. Zoom out to see where your token is. So, our brand is Shirkar brand cheese. Everything we make, we label with Shirkar. Our competitor comes out of Zaysel.
I just stepped on my hot glue gun.
I wouldn't recommend doing that. Our competitor produces in Zaysel, and well, I'm not exactly in the habit of buying my competitor's product, if you know what I mean.
Not even to see what makes it special?
Honestly, I'm pretty capable and confident in our recipes, just the way they are, thank you.
Well, I'm sure you understand this is a perishable item, and I don't want to be carrying it around all day.
Perishable? That wheel right there lasts you 100 years. As long as you don't open it.
Right.
As long as you don't open it, that is. You consume within a month after you've opened it.
Kind of grumble and stuff it in my bag. Okay, then.
Would you
no help at all.
Would you care for a sample of our product, though, before you leave?
A free sample?
Of course.
Sure, I'll take a sample. That sounds wonderful.
He reaches over, cuts off a little bite off the end of a block, and hands it down to you.
I take it.
Roll a vitality check for me.
Vitality, eh? 10.
Okay. That's you're left coughing. It's like strong Limburger, if you've ever had Limburger.
It's a bit pungent.
That's right. Only the best.
I'm sure you will have some friends of mine coming your way sometime in the near future. Goodbye.
Have a good day, then.
And I'll go try to find some water and
You go to the
Then-
local well, pull yourself a drink. You're drinking directly out of the bucket. It's
oh, completely. And then I'll make my way over to the slave market.
okay. It's about probably 10 or 11 by the time you get over there. Let's see here. I got to get back to your page. Actually, we all got to get everybody back over to the correct page. There we go. Slave market's open. Let's see here. Guards are posted in their usual spots. If I could grab a hold of them properly. There we go. Can you control your token on this map?
I can, yes.
Okay. Guards are posted where appropriate. Auction. For the sake of not having a million tokens, I'm not going to label all the NPCs, but the place is pretty busy. A lot of people passing by this cell just because of the cost and the description after the people that do look at it look at it. Oh, Hannah sending picture, I think, of floofers. Oh, there you go. You're going to be my own personal Chewbacca, Hannah, by the time we get to Pensacon. Alrighty. So the auction looks like it's going to be starting here within probably a few hours. Plenty of people milling about, looking around. What would you all like to do? You guys still there?
Yeah.
Okay. I think Hannah's muted herself again.
Yeah, I'm wandering around trying to collect some stuff for the trip tomorrow.
Okay. Do you want the fast version of the auction or the short version or the slow version of the auction, or do you want to have conversations before it starts?
Well, I'm headed to bed here shortly.
Okay.
So if you want to hold off on it or what, it's up to you.
If you want to actually visit the auction, we can wait until next Sunday. We can do that. We could have a few things go down before we have the party travel out for Vidoma's quests or new quest. I think the others wanted to accomplish a couple things before they headed out too, by the sounds of it. So we could do that and just pick up next week if you want.
That works.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we'll pick up next week on auction day. Hope you folks have all enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed
was fun.
the short game, though it wasn't typical. But yeah, we will pick up next week.
Yay! Hopefully, if Sensicon doesn't have me all
Exhausted.
dizzy, yeah, exhausted. Just
Are you
Yeah.
going to be in town Sunday night?
yes, I leave Monday morning.
Okay. John's house is going to be out. You said you're staying in a hotel. John's house is like out in the boonies. It takes me like 25 to 35 minutes to get out to his place. But he lives up close to where your family lives-ish, out in that region area. So.
No, I'll be staying out near where my family is.
Okay. Alrighty. We're going to go ahead and go offline. We'll see you next week.